Hi, I'm Keilana, and I'm an artist, and I'm coming out with my debut album, and I really can't wait to share it with you. This album means so much to me because it's taken me over 3 years to get to a point where I feel like, yeah, I do have a message that I have to share, and that message is basically that in the span of me discovering who I am as a musician and as an artist, I know who I am now, and I've gone through so many things, so many heartbreaks, so many trials, times of doubt, times where I was like, wow, I feel like this is awesome, and successes, and I just have so many of these stories that I want to share so that I can inspire someone else to do the same. Yeah. There are stages in this album, so I tried to make a concept with the entire album, and I started writing these songs early on when I first started playing music, and I wrote them about kind of having self-doubt on like, is this something I can really do? And at the time I was still young, and in love, so I was going through a lot of other things aside from music, and just being able to balance the two was always something that was difficult for me. And there were just so many times where I wanted to pursue it like with my full heart, 100%, but there was always just something in me that didn't have the confidence that I could pull it off, or I could do something as big as putting out an album of my own original songs. And over time, it was just me getting up, failing, succeeding, and at some point I looked and I had these songs that kind of showcased the up and down and the ebb and flow and the highs and the lows of just this whole journey. And now I feel like, wow, it's kind of come full circle, and I can't wait. What pushed me to make this album? At one point, I felt like I had reached rock bottom. I didn't know what I was doing with my life, but all I had were these unfinished songs, and I told myself, I need to finish this. I have something to say. I want to prove something to myself and prove that what I say matters, not to anyone else but myself. And the more that I find the confidence in myself, that's what's gonna spark the change in someone and inspire someone to do the same for them. In a weird way, COVID jump-started my project and turned it into something that was bigger than what I anticipated. At first, I had this project in mind to kind of just help me to get over something that I was going through. But within COVID, dealing with everything going on, I was able to find inspiration from, okay, what do I do now? And so I wrote the second half of the album that was missing this whole time for me to feel like, wow, okay, there's a story I can share. So COVID has kind of, in a weird way, been a blessing in disguise, because I've finally been able to put a nice ribbon on it and share it. I feel good about it. I feel good. So I have been working in studio with Imua Garza of Zale Music, and I am actually very proud to say that I am a Zale Music artist. And it's been such an amazing journey, just like being able to learn how to be in a studio, how to record. Working with Imua has been insane. I've learned a ton, and I think just being in this studio has helped me to gain that confidence that I needed.
I'm Imua Garza, and I've been doing recording for the last 20 plus years. I started with my band back in the days, and that's kind of when I started recording my own things. And I have a record label called Zale Music, and Keilana is one of the artists on there. The experience for me, I always just enjoy doing music no matter what genre it is. And when I started her project, I really wanted to do like R&B, soul, kind of something that hits hard too when it needs to. Getting to record her was something that I wanted to do. I think we just started with the one song, Cotton Candy Feelings. Yeah. The experience of working with her is really great because she's so talented, fun to be around, has a lot of great musicality to her. And so when we're just talking about production-wise and how do we want to make this song sound, it's easy for her to say, oh, let's see, like this album from this artist. And then it helps us to kind of be on the same page and lingo. And a lot of this is new. Like I've done a lot of genres over the years, but this one I really had to focus in on and listen to some of her references of who she likes. And I like to do that. I like to get in the same world as the artist that I'm working with. And so you kind of have to be creative and like create your own instruments through the voice. And Scared was one of them, where we were like reversing sounds, taking her voice, and in the studio world, it's like you're taking the formant down in her voice. So it's like you're shaping the throat of it. Yeah. So you can make it sound, she can sound like scared, 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 scared. Yeah. You can just change the throat and the shape of it. Just the growth that I've seen. So I'm just proud of that growth that she's been having musically.
So my album is coming out on October 20th, 2020, in almost less than a month. And you can find it on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your music. And yeah. What am I hoping my album will do for others? I'm hoping that my album will do two things. I'm hoping that by me sharing my story and being transparent about the good and the bad that I went through, that it encourages other people to do the same. And I think that's something that is so important right now in this day and age, is like we've put this whole like, I need to only show my best and no emotions. And I've realized that the secret to really living a good and rich life is being able to be yourself. And I've been able to find that through making this album. So I'm hoping that by me sharing that process, someone else does the same. And also it's just as a thank you to everyone who's ever supported me, who's ever taken the time to watch my live streams, or, you know, just coach me, teach me everything that I know today. It would be a disservice to anybody that has spent time helping me to find this, to not put something out like this, and especially to myself too. So that's why this is important. It's been a long time coming. I have to put something out, and I'm so proud of this. Any advice that I would give to anyone going through something similar? Yes, the biggest piece of advice that I want to give to anyone going through anything that you're going through, whether it's good or bad, is to really cherish it. Take the time to feel it, and like if you're happy, if life's going pretty good, make sure to be in that moment. If you're going through a not so great time, be in that moment too, and learn how to reflect. And this whole album has been a reflection of everything I've gone through and how it's shaped me as an individual. And I think when you take that time to do so, it gives you a little clarity on who you are, what your purpose is, and all of that. So the whole reason behind me titling this album I Am was, for a long time I always needed validation from someone else or an outside source to tell me, no, you're good at this, or oh yeah, you should be doing this. And my direction was always dependent on who I needed that validation from. And through this process, I've realized that if you fall for everything, you stand for nothing. And so in order to really know where to go, you have to know yourself. And I've learned so much about myself in this whole thing, and ultimately decided on naming this project I Am as a declaration to any of my listeners, or even to myself, that I am Keilana. These are the stories that have shaped who I am, and I'm proud of every single thing I've gone through, because I would not be doing the things I'm doing right now had I not gone through every single moment. So that's the reason behind it. I'm not good at this stuff. Like, yeah, I'm freaking excited, and I'm like scared. I've been working so hard, and I just can't wait. I hope people like it, and I hope someone gets something out of it. I'm definitely getting something out of it, and it's me kind of just kicking myself in the butt and just saying, like, get out there and do it. So I did it. Boom. There we go. Okay, yeah, I think that's it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I think we're good.
Yes.